We're going to bring in Nancy Cordes now. She's at the White House as President Biden's campaign team signals that they're turning their attention to the general election in November. So this is really interesting. We've seen in terms of messaging coming from the president kind of continue to evolve, really hitting abortion really hard now. And now there's a bit of a shakeup, too. He's moving crucial people around.
Right. This is a sign that they are looking past the primaries, Anne-Marie, and to the general election. Mr. Biden's allies say Donald Trump is knocking out some of his top GOP rivals more quickly than they initially expected, which means they need to speed up some of their general election plans. And that means some staffing moves at the top of the campaign and stepping up their attacks on Trump.
Donald Trump is betting you won't vote on this issue.
In Northern Virginia, President Biden argued one man is responsible for the full or partial abortion bans that now exist in 21 states.
It was Donald Trump and his Supreme Court who ripped away the rights and freedoms of women in America. And it'll be Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and all of you who are going to restore those rights for the women of America.
Even as he spoke, his campaign was keeping an eye on events unfolding in New Hampshire. Biden campaign officials saying Donald Trump has all but locked up the GOP nomination and labeling Trump's victory speech bitter and confused sounding.
They used COVID to cheat, and they did a lot of other things, too.
Abortion rights will be a major theme for the Biden-Harris campaign. And here's one reason why. Exit polls from New Hampshire last night found that 2/3 of Republican primary voters oppose a national ban on abortion that's been proposed by some congressional Republicans.
Extremists are trying to pass a national abortion ban to outlaw abortion in every state. But what they need to know is that we will not allow it.
And yet another issue is likely to dog President Biden throughout the campaign season. Pro-Palestinian protesters interrupted his speech over and over last night and had to be escorted out.
We got a couple more of these, I think.
Now that Donald Trump has won 2 primary contests in a row, President Biden is sending 2 of his top White House aides to join his campaign sooner than expected, to the relief of Biden allies who had been urging such a move for some time, Anne-Marie.
Oh, that's very interesting. What more can you tell us about this move by these White House advisors?
So these are 2 individuals, Jen O'Malley Dillon, who actually was the campaign manager for President Biden back in 2020. She's now the deputy chief of staff here at the White House, and then his longtime aide, Mike Donnellan, who's a senior advisor here at the White House. They had sort of been splitting their time between, White House duties and campaign planning. They had been doing it from here at the White House, and they had intended to continue doing that for some time. Now, all of that is changing. They're going to be leaving the White House. They will be working at least part-time in Wilmington, where the campaign is headquartered. And that is a move that some top Biden advisors, even reportedly President Obama, had been urging. They were worried that the president was trying to run too much of this campaign out of the White House, and that would slow things down if you had a campaign apparatus and a White House trying to make decisions that really need to be made. And you need to be able to turn on a dime when you're campaign planning. So this is a reflection of the fact that they are now acknowledging that Donald Trump has booted nearly every Republican but one, Nikki Haley, out of this race, and he's going to have it locked up quicker than expected.
Interesting. All right, Nancy, thank you very much.
You're welcome.